The reunion that broke the internet. Skol Nation, what's good? It's your boy, hyped up and ready to dive into the latest Minnesota Vikings news that's got us all buzzing. Picture this. A sunny day, old friends laughing, and a photo that's got every Vikings fan double-tapping their screens. Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, and Andrew DePaola were spotted together, chilling with their families, and Julie Cousins dropped the pic on Instagram like a touchdown pass. This reunion is pure Vikings gold, but it's got us wondering, what's next for these legends in 2025? This isn't just a casual hangout. It's a reminder of the purple and gold legacy that still runs deep. Kirk, our former QB, spent 6 years leading the Vikings, throwing for over 23,000 yards and 171 touchdowns from 2018 to 2023. Adam Thielen, Minnesota's hometown hero, racked up 6,682 receiving yards, ranking 4th in team history. And don't sleep on Andrew DePaola, the NFL's top long snapper, who's been snapping dimes and earning Pro Bowl nods like it's his day job. This photo screams Vikings pride, but it's also a teaser for what's at stake this season. So what's the vibe here? Are we just reminiscing? Or is there a bigger story brewing? With training camp kicking off on July 26, 2025, this reunion has us dreaming of epic comebacks and new beginnings. Stick with me as we unpack this moment and what it means for our Vikings in 2025. What do you think? Does this pick get you hyped for the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Kirk Cousins crossroads in Atlanta. Alright, Vikings fans, let's talk about our old QB1, Kirk Cousins. After 6 years lighting up US Bank Stadium, Kirk's now rocking the Falcons' red and black. But 2025 is shaping up to be a make-or-break year for him. According to the Vikingage.com, he's slotted as the number 2 quarterback behind Michael Penix Jr. in Atlanta. Yeah, you heard that right. Our guy who threw for 4,221 yards in 2022 with the Vikings is now a backup. But is Kirk ready to ride the bench? Or is he plotting a comeback? Last season was rough for Cousins. He tossed a career-high 16 interceptions and got benched for Atlanta's final 3 games. A far cry from his Pro Bowl days in Minnesota. Posts on X are buzzing about Kirk feeling misled by the Falcons after they drafted Penix, with some fans saying he'd still be a Viking if he knew Atlanta's plans. With a $62.5 million cap hit in 2025, Kirk's the NFL's priciest backup, and the pressure's on to prove he's still got that clutch gene we loved in Minnesota. What's next for Kirk? Will he fight for the starting job or maybe even land elsewhere? Vikings fans know he's got the grit. Remember his 33-touchdown season in 2020? Let's hear it. Should Kirk get another shot as a starter? Or is his time as QB1 done? Hit the comments and let's debate this one as we gear up for the 2025 NFL season. Adam Thielen's Minnesota homecoming dreams. Skol Nation, let's talk about a guy who bleeds purple. Adam Thielen, our Minnesota-born legend, now with the Carolina Panthers, was part of that epic reunion with Kirk and DePaola. But here's the kicker. Thielen's been spotted working out with our new QB, J.J. McCarthy, in Minnesota, and Vikings fans are losing it. Could 2025 be the year Thielen makes a triumphant return to the Vikings? Thielen's in the final year of his contract with Carolina, and the Panthers just drafted another first-round receiver, putting his role in question. He's got 534 career receptions and 55 touchdowns with the Vikings, ranking 3rd in team history for both. Recent footage of him catching passes from McCarthy has fans dreaming of a reunion, especially after he praised JJ's consistency and mindset on KSTP Sports. That's high praise from a guy who's caught passes from elite QBs like Cousins and Case Keenum. Imagine Thielen back in purple, hauling in touchdowns at US Bank Stadium again. His Thielen Foundation has donated over $2.5 million to Minnesota communities, so his heart's still here. Do you think the Vikings should bring him back for one last run? Drop your take in the comments, and let's keep the Skol spirit alive as we dive deeper into Vikings news. Andrew DePaola, the unsung hero. Vikings fans, let's give a massive Skol chant for Andrew DePaola, the NFL's best long snapper. While Kirk and Thielen grab headlines, DePaola's quietly dominating his craft, earning Pro Bowl nods 3 years running 2022 to 2024, and first-team All-Pro honors in 2022 and 2024. That reunion photo with Cousins and Thielen? DePaola's grin was the widest, and for good reason. He's locked in with the Vikings through 2025 on a record $4.025 million deal. DePaola's been a rock for our special teams since 2020, playing in 41 games and delivering perfect snaps under pressure. According to Vikings.com, he's the only long snapper in NFL history with 3 straight Pro Bowl selections, and his 22 career tackles show he's not afraid to get dirty. Even after a mid-season injury in 2024, he bounced back in Week 14, proving why he was named a team captain last year. Why does DePaola matter so much? Because every field goal, every punt, starts with his snap. He's the unsung hero who sets up guys like Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy to shine. What's your take? Does DePaola deserve more love from Vikings fans? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep rolling with this 2025 Vikings hype. J.J. McCarthy, the future of the Vikings. Hold up, Skol Nation. Let's talk about the guy who's got us all buzzing. J.J. McCarthy. Our 2024 first-round pick is stepping into the QB1 spotlight for 2025, and the Vikings are all in on this kid. After Kirk Cousins left and Sam Darnold held it down with a 14-3 record last season, McCarthy's ready to take the reins. And guess what? Adam Thielen's already hyping him up after their off-season workouts. Is this the start of a new Vikings dynasty? McCarthy's got the tools, poise, accuracy, and a knack for big moments, as we saw in his preseason flashes last year against the Raiders. The Vikingage.com reports he's got the full backing of the organization. From Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings' 2025 season outlook. Skol Nation, can you feel it? The 2025 NFL season is almost here, and the Minnesota Vikings are coming off a 14-3 campaign that had us dreaming of a Super Bowl. But after a tough playoff loss, the stakes are higher than ever. With J.J. McCarthy at the helm and stars like Justin Jefferson, ranked the NFL's number 2 receiver by ESPN, the Vikings are poised for greatness. So what's the game plan for 2025? According to BleacherReport.com, our offensive line's looking stronger, and the defense, led by Brian Flores, is ready to wreak havoc. But there are question marks. Can our young roster handle the pressure of a tough schedule, including international games in Dublin and London? The Vikings are focusing on bolstering their defensive line and secondary, with names like Blake Cashman and Jonathan Greenid stepping up. The goal? A deep playoff run to prove 2024 was no fluke. What's got you most excited for the Vikings in 2025? Is it McCarthy's potential, Jefferson's dominance, or maybe DePaola's perfect snaps? Hit the comments with your thoughts, and let's keep the Skol vibe strong as we break down more Vikings news. The Kirk Cousins drama in Atlanta. Let's circle back to Kirk Cousins, Vikings fans, because the drama in Atlanta is spicier than a U.S. Bank Stadium tailgate. After a rocky 2024 season with 16 picks and a late-season benching, Kirk's now the NFL's most expensive backup QB. X-posts are buzzing with his comments from Netflix's Quarterback, where he admitted feeling misled by the Falcons' draft pick of Michael Penix Jr. Could Kirk have stayed in Minnesota if he'd known? Cousins' time with the Vikings was electric. Think 4,547 yards and 29 touchdowns in 2019. But now, he's fighting for relevance behind a younger QB. The Falcons' decision to stick with Penix puts Kirk in a tough spot, especially with that massive contract. Some fans on X are saying he'd thrive elsewhere, maybe even back in Minnesota as a mentor for McCarthy. But is that realistic, or just wishful thinking? What do you think, Skol Nation? Should the Vikings have kept Kirk, or is JJ the future we need? Drop your hot takes in the comments, and let's keep unpacking this wild 2025 storyline. The Vikings news keeps coming, so stay locked in. Thielen's legacy and possible return. Adam Thielen's story is pure Minnesota magic, and Vikings fans are still holding out hope for a comeback. From an undrafted free agent to a Vikings legend with 55 career touchdowns, Thielen's journey is the stuff of Skol dreams. His recent workouts with J.J. McCarthy have sparked reunion rumors, especially since he's a free agent after 2025. Could the Vikings bring him back to pair with Jefferson and Addison? Thielen's impact goes beyond the field. His Thielen Foundation has poured millions into Minnesota communities, earning him the 2022 Vikings Community Man of the Year award. According to Vikings.com, his 113 receptions in 2018 set an NFL record for 8 straight 100-yard games. But at 35, can he still compete at an elite level, or would a return be more about legacy than production? Skol Nation, let's dream big. Thielen in purple again, catching passes from McCarthy. Would you sign him for one last ride? Or is it time to let the young guns shine? Hit the comments with your take, and let's keep the Vikings news rolling. DePaola's dominance and special teams edge. Vikings fans, let's talk about the glue holding our special teams together, Andrew DePaola. This guy's not just a long snapper, he's a game changer. With 3 straight